I'd love us to work with the Nadi Shodhana alternative nostril breathing. And we can do it with the hands, and then we can bring the hands down, and we can do it without the hands. And it's just balancing Ida and Pingala Nadi, or the sympathetic nervous system and the parasympathetic nervous system, bringing our system in this time of balance into balance. And I always think it's like, the thing about Nadi Shodhana is not necessarily relaxing. If you're very externally focused in your day and there's a lot of demands on you externally, then you will find it relaxing because it'll focus you inwards. It'll bring back the parasympathetic nervous system in equality to the sympathetic. And if you're very relaxed, if you're a bit tired or lethargic, or even the kind of an overwrought Ida system, might be that there's over-internalization, which can be spilling into, say, worry or repetitive thinking or anxiety, or the kind of when the internal sounds are sort of dialed up so loud that it's hard to focus on the outside. So that can quieten down internal sounds. It can also balance out feelings of tiredness and bring you into a bit of balance. So we're going to do, find our full breath, so we relax the system. We'll do Nadi Shodhana for about 5-10 minutes, and then we're going to relax the hands down. You can continue to do Nadi Shodhana on its own, without the hands, and then we're going to do Sukham Pranayama, just focusing on the air at the nostrils. And Sukham Pranayama is said to be the most relaxed way to breathe. So it's just breathing deep, long, even inhales and exhales. And you can keep a nice mental count as you breathe, which is very settling on that left brain side. It's very settling. It's kind of a metronomic kind of internal count that you can do. And it's a nice way of noticing whether you're beginning to relax more, because as you relax and as the breath relaxes, you'll notice that you're able to extend the count. So usually a good, balanced, relaxed breath is about the count of a slow count of 6. And you might extend it into 8, or sometimes even 10. But you might start even at 4 and move up to the 6. Anyway, I'll talk you through it, but just to give you that heads up. With the Nadi Shodhana breath, we always have one nostril that's slightly clearer than the other. So you might have a tissue if you've got one nostril that's feeling a little bit blocked. And I would just say there are a good bit of spring colds and stuff going around. If you do have a blocked nostril, don't block your only working nostril. You can just imagine the breath moving up and down the side that's blocked, but use your working nostril, okay? And another little tip is, if the arm gets tired up here, cup your elbow. But try and keep your spine tall. So if you're leaning into a chair, see if you can, for the first 5 minutes, sit away from the back of the chair. And you're going to be toning all the muscles of the torso, the back, and the nervous system. Those muscles of support. So with the alternative nostril breathing, we're bringing the right hand and we're tucking the first 2 fingers into the palm, so that we've got the thumb and the 4th finger, the ring finger, like as our pincher grip. Now I have seen it done where the 2 fingers are up. So if it's hard to tuck your fingers down, you could do it that way. But it's really the wrist that's moving rather than the fingers, okay? So you're just gently holding and resting on the outside of the nostril rather than the kind of opening of the nostril, just the side of the nose. Now, we'll have our hand at the ready, but let's relax and go inwards and find our full breath before we move into it. So closing the eyes, let your mind come into your senses. Notice the sounds around you. Let all of those sounds be there. The sounds outside in your building. Feel the contact of your legs with the floor, your seat, the warmth of your hands where they rest on your legs, and the gentle movement of the breath in your body. Feeling the breath. There's the nostrils, the chest. Can you feel the breath in the side ribs, in the lower ribs and belly? As you feel the breath in the lower ribs, feel that solar plexus area. And feel how as you breathe in, it expands. And as you breathe out, it draws back in and up. And as you breathe in, you're filling, expanding and nourishing your system. On the exhale, you're releasing, you're letting go of tension from the body. Inhaling as the diaphragm expands, the belly expands as it presses on the organs of the belly. Exhaling, the belly draws back in. Inhaling, filling into the solar plexus and belly and letting the breath fill into the chest, the upper chest. Exhaling from the upper chest to the middle and to the lower lungs and belly. So breathe now from the bottom of the lungs up to the top and exhale from the top to the bottom. Might be a little effort as the muscles open up, get warmed up, these muscles of deeper respiration. Just by bringing your awareness into the solar plexus area, to the belly area, it invites the breath there, letting it ride up to the top of the chest, and then really following that exhalation right to its end. On your next exhalation, bringing the right hand up now, close your right nostril with your thumb, and from the base of your spine, imagine that breath coming in to the lower lungs, all the way up to the third eye center, and then close your left nostril and breathe out through the right, and imagine the breath going down the side of the spine. Then in right, from the base all the way up the spine, and closing the right, breathing out the left. In left. Little pause as we close the left and then breathe out through the right. Breathing out, imagine the breath going down. Little pause before we breathe in right. Close the right, notice the pause out the left. In left. Closing the left out the right. in right. Close the right, out the left. Can you go yourself now? Carry on, breathing in through the nostril you just breathed out of. Switching to exhale. Stay aware of your posture, your spine tall. See if you can lengthen the pauses and lengthen the breath a little. So the pauses become about half the length of the breath. Stay with what's fluid and easy. And relax any effort on the breath, so you're making it as quiet as possible. So it's the least amount of effort on your system. When you next breathe out through the left nostril, let your hand rest down and continue the rhythm without your hands. Focus more on the awareness moving up and down the spine. When you next breathe out through the left nostril, invite breath through the two nostrils in Sukham Pranayama. Long, slow, deep breath. Follow the breath right to the end of the exhalation. Pause right to the top of the inhalation, pausing. And you could count. So you might be inhale 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So go yourself shorter, longer. Focus on the breath at your nostrils. Let your breath be steady and even. If your breath was longer than 6, just notice if there's any effort on the breath and you might relax it back to 6. If it was shorter than 6, try and bring it to 6 just to get the maximum relaxation out of your practice. Relax the count now and just focus on the breath coming and going at your nostrils. Aware of your tall spine. Aware of your even breath. And now, dropping your chin a little bit. So you slowly open your eyes just towards the floor in front of you. Just have that sense of looking out from behind your eyes. Noticing your system. The peace, the spaciousness that you've created. Connection to your body, to your heart, mind. And bring our hands to the heart in prayer with gratitude to yourself for bringing yourself to your practice, to this practice, and with gratitude to each other. We really support each other to go deeper when we practice together. So thank you. Namaste.